Hey there, my name is Jade and welcome to my space. In today's video, I'm just going to show you how I set up my 2021 movie journal. I'm sorry for taking so long to post this, but to be honest, when I set up this journal at the end of January, I really didn't like how it turned out, at all. But over time, I was able to fix the things that I didn't like, and I've made more spreads in this notebook. So it's definitely grown on me. The journal that I'm using is the Archer and Olive Neapolitan journal. Would I recommend it? No, not really. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a nice notebook. It's well made. The paper quality is nice. The three different colors of paper are fun to work with. But because the notebook is a bit on the pricey side, using it makes me anxious sometimes. When I first set up this notebook, I made several huge mistakes in my beginning spreads, and I got so nervous about my spreads looking ugly that I had to turn off the camera and fix the mistakes that I made. And even then, like I said, once I was finished filming, I wasn't fully satisfied. And knowing that I made ugly spreads in such an expensive notebook made me feel kind of guilty in a way. Yeah, they're nice notebooks, but knowing that my parents spent almost $50 on a notebook can make a girl quite anxious, if you know what I mean. So, and even though, it has the three different colors of paper, it has white, black, and craft paper, even though they are kind of like a fun challenge, you don't really need to buy a notebook like this to get this desired effect. Literally all you really need is any notebook and some construction paper. I don't know. I say all that to say, yes, Archer and Olive notebooks are nice. Always support a small business if you can afford it, but don't automatically buy into the hype around them. When I finish this notebook, I'm definitely going back to my trusty Midori because it's a reliable notebook, it's inexpensive, and I would feel less guilty making ugly spreads in something that inexpensive, if that makes sense. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you to all the people who have followed me within the last couple of months. I think I've gained almost 100 subscribers while I've been gone, and even my Instagram has grown a lot, even though I haven't posted in forever. Seeing people subscribe and enjoy my content has really been motivating me to not only come back and post more, but to actually post really good quality content and put my best work out there. That's one of the things that I learned about all the videos that I made last year. I'm only really happy and motivated to post when my content is 10 out of 10, really good, well edited, and all that jazz. If I'm not putting my best work out there, not only do I feel kind of bad, but I also get a little demotivated. And I can definitely say that last year I posted a couple of videos that were a bit half-assed. Anyways, back to the notebook and the pages that I'm setting up. They're mostly tracking pages. Now, this isn't a bullet journal, but if you've seen my flip through of my 2020 journal, then the beginning pages are somewhat similar. First, I made my 2021 movies watched master list. This is where I list out all of the new to me movies I've watched, when I watched them, and my star rating. I also use Letterboxd to keep track of what I watch because it's more convenient, and then once a month I'll fill in my master list. This is one of the spreads I messed up pretty badly and had to fix off camera. The next page that I added was a page where I could track all of my rewatches. Last year I didn't track my rewatches and it made me kind of sad that I didn't, so I made sure to add a space where I could. It's only a single page, but since the notebook is pretty big, I think a single page will hopefully be more than enough. The next page that I added was my TV show tracker. I also kept this to a single page because I don't watch TV shows as often as I watch movies, so a single page is more than enough space. Another spread that you'll see me set up is my Marvel movie watch list and my Studio Ghibli watch list. I created a similar spread in last year's journal, and I decided to recreate it because I didn't watch a single Marvel movie yet last year, and I just barely attempted to watch all of the Studio Ghibli movies last year. But I'm actually kind of happy that I waited till this year to rewatch all of the Marvel movies because, watching WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has definitely re-sparked my love for the MCU. I also added an anime watch list page. However, my watch list is too long and I don't like how the spread turned out, so I'm thinking of redoing it sometime soon. The next spread that I set up was my Bratz movie watch list and my Sailor Moon series tracker, and I bet you're thinking, Jade, how are you gonna watch all of this stuff? And the answer is, my friend, I'm not. Because truthfully, I don't know how long this notebook is going to last me. Last year, I made a point to fill up the entire journal within the year, and since I was in school, journaling was my biggest stress reliever, so I did a lot. But now with things opening back up, and I'm currently job hunting, I'm not going to be home all the time, so I don't feel like this journal needs to be fully completed by the end of this year. However, that attitude may change. I say all that to say that whatever is on my watch list that doesn't get watched this year will definitely get watched next year, because whatever does get watched will be watched, and then the stuff that didn't get watched moves higher up on my watch list. I really like how my Sailor Moon tracker came out, and I hope that you guys will like it too. But I've seen the 90s English version of Sailor Moon several times growing up, but since that version is getting harder and harder to find online, and I don't like the newer English version at all, I thought that it was finally time for me to actually watch the entire series in Japanese. Hence why I made the spread. And then my Bratz movie tracker is just something that I made for fun because I haven't seen all the Bratz movies. And watching a couple of them last year kind of sparked the idea for this page. So after that spread, guess what I have? Another tracker. Surprise, surprise. But this time it's for the Degrassi franchise. This year I specifically want to rewatch the entire Degrassi series, starting with Degrassi Junior High from the 1980s all the way up to Degrassi The Next Class, which is the one that's on Netflix, which I think ended in 2014 or 15. I feel like I'm wrong. But I watched Degrassi growing up, but I never made it past season 10 of The Next Generation, and I never watched Degrassi The Next Class, so I'm really excited to just watch the whole series as a whole. So I'm excited to watch the series as a whole, and I think keeping a tracker will help me stay motivated to keep watching past season 10. And then my final two trackers are an American Horror Story series tracker, and a Harry Potter watch list. For American Horror Story, I've only seen 6 out of the 9 seasons, and the last season that I watched all the way through was Apocalypse, but I think I'm gonna wait till September to watch American Horror Story and kind of make it a countdown to spooky season type of situation, which I'm very excited for. And lastly, my Harry Potter watch list. So I was one of those kids who wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter growing up because I grew up in a very religious household. so anything Harry Potter related I don't understand, like, at all. A few years ago I was gonna start reading the books, but then I got lazy, and then, She Who Shall Not Be Named ended up being super transphobic, so I've just decided to find a website and watch all the Harry Potter movies in a place that doesn't support She Who Shall Not Be Named, and actually watch them all, because at this point in my life, I'm 25. I'm too lazy to read all the books. I don't think I ever will, but it would be nice for me to finally understand the hype around one of the biggest things in pop culture for my generation. And then the rest of the journal is going to be pretty much the same as my old one, which was just, monthly spreads where I talk about all the movies that I watched, and full spreads for the movies and TV shows that I really loved. I'm also thinking of adding monthly playlists to my journal, because I do listen to a lot of music, but, I haven't gotten around to making a spread yet, so I don't know. And yeah, that's all I really have to say today. Aside from, not being satisfied with the way that my journal initially turned out, I also didn't anticipate sitting through 4 hours of footage 3 separate times. Editing this video took ages and was a pain in the ass. But I hope you enjoyed the video. The final flip through, which is at the end, is what my journal looks like right now. After I got over my dissatisfaction, I fixed almost everything that I disliked, and I'm a lot happier with the way that it looks right now. And I thought it would just make more sense to, show you what it looks like right now, rather than to show you what it looked like at the end of when I actually first finished it, That's it for today's video, friends. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you made it to the end of the video, please comment a thumbs up emoji, and I will catch you in the next one. Stay gold.